And then there was one. I suppose I could just cast this game. This will be Rar's first game of the day, so this could be interesting. Okay. Yeah, I guess I will just cast the game. Screw it. Might as well. Okay, let me turn off line of sight. And welcome everybody to Evolution RTS 1 vs 1. We have the sponge in the pink on the left. And on the right, in the orangish yellowish color that I'm probably going to end up changing here pretty soon because it conflicts with the others, we have Rar. Maybe. Anyway, okay, so we have Sponge going ahead and putting up an all-terrain factory. Oh, by the way, this map is called Icy something or another. So we have Rar going for hover tanks on this map. Now, I should probably mention, as you can see, the passes are large. So all-terrains are probably the way to go. Or, the passes aren't large, I mean the hills are large. Kind of big. So actually, let me just reset my camera. There we go. And, okay, looks like he's going to get a... Rar's going to get an erector out. And Sponge is going to go ahead and start making Recluse. And very slowly. Sponge actually kind of derped up the build a little bit. Well, they both did, really. They do not have the resources to be pushing out units like this. Looks like Rar's a little bit more on top of... Well, sort of. I'm not sure what that line command is. Yeah, both their builds are a little strange. But no worries. They'll get going. And yes, Sponge is right. Is a bit disgraceful, but yeah, that's okay. He does have a Recluse pushing up the center here and getting over the hills. Now, if you want to look at the resource layouts, that's basically how it looks. And let's see. Actually, let me, well, okay, so Rar's putting out a crusher, more than one crusher, 2 crushers. And for Clap we have Recluses, or Recluse, I should say. More than one. Alrighty, and Recluse pushing up the center, and Rar appears not to have noticed until just now, at which point he's going to lose his erector, and it looks like probably 2 mexes, I would imagine. And yeah, these Recluse are not going to do anything versus, yeah, Recluse just going in and dying and getting turned into drones, which actually could prove to be kind of irritating for Clap here. I actually started both on the lower half, which is good if they expand north, but these Recluse are probably going to annoy Rar to death. And I mean that somewhat literally, basically due to the fact that they can be just annoying going over this that he forgets to macro up. And yes, he's max supply, he's not putting out any more supply giving buildings. But he is sending units on a fight command through the center. Kind of a strange fight command, but that's okay. Now, 2 crushers versus 1 sledge. Crushers are going to win that every day of the week. 1 crusher versus 1 sledge comes out to 6 health left for the sledge. Honestly, I was kind of questioning the decision to go hover on this map, but really I think it could work. Pretty alright. Okay, gonna lose another sledge. And once more, for posterity's sake, for anybody who can't tell, there's actually a ridge right there. That's why they're having trouble firing. Now, it does look like Rar is accessing quite a bit. He needs more energy. Big time. And sorry, I am casting the game, so I don't have chat. Okay, so this recluse is just being annoying. It's not actually in range to hit that. It thinks it is, but it actually isn't. The beam peters out right before it hits. It is entertaining. Sometimes this happens in spring. Not very often, but yeah, okay, there we go. And that turret takes care of that. Let's get my camera centered here. Now we do have a bunch of crushers moving in the middle here for Rar, and then for Sponge, he's got some random sledge spread out. Now if he gets these on top of the hill, that could be bad news for the crushers. I'm actually a little curious. Okay, yeah, the sponge the sledge actually will get killed on that, and we've got drones moving in for Rar, which actually is a really good choice. It gives him the ability to just be irritating, basically, while moving in with a bunch of pressure from the south. And while, as you can see, Sponge's economy is far better than Rar's. Rar's actually got good position here. Really good position. In fact, if he were to keep pushing, he could take out a significant portion of Sponge's economy. And at this point, Rar is pushing out nothing but crushers. Just continual crushers. And Sponge is pushing out nothing but sledge, so this is not really going well for Sponge. But that's okay, he's got another factory going up here. Unfortunately, he's not going to be able to build anything out of it. Now, Sponge does have storage up. He's got 500 energy in storage. So that's going to help him with taking out these buildings. However, it will take him a little time to put on the hurt, but man, that is one long line of crushers. Just kind of a tango line of crushers. And, okay, Sponge is getting an air factory up. Keep in mind the terrain here. Here you can actually kind of see how the land lies a little bit. Okay, now Sponge is going to start building Coyotes, air superiority fighters. I'm not sure why he's building those. I think he means... Oh! Because of the drones. Okay, but one would have been more than sufficient. Not sure why he's building so many. Unless he thinks they can attack ground. There you go. Okay, he's building wildcats now, and these wildcats will just own. Oh, but Rar has moved in on Sponge's side, and you know, I really would not have called this game in Rar's favor. I mean, honestly, I'm not sure how this happened, except for Rar is going to lose his force unless he pulls back to his anti-air turrets, and it looks like that's exactly what he's doing. But these gunships are going to kill these Prussians long before they have a chance to get anywhere. Now, Sponge could clean up quite a bit on these energy cores here if he were to put up an orb. Looks like these gunships are going to spot this errant pressure. Oh, he does put up an anvil, which will take out this middle area with ease. Not even a problem. Yeah. Yeah, this anvil is going to take out these, and especially even the... yeah, Rar knows that he's just going to get out of there. Now, Rar is putting up an Endbringer factory, and he has enough power to it to get out a Leveler or an Anarchid, which, interestingly, is causing issues with his hover factory. He's probably going to need to salvage that. And I think he's seeing the problem now. That was not a very good building position. Okay, so these gunships are being irritating. And they're actually going to push Rar back quite a bit. Rar has roughly almost 20 units in this one little spot here. That's interesting. That's something you don't see every day. And Sponge is slowly coming back with just gunships. Now, he does have enough gunships to be able to take out these turrets because they're kind of by themselves, but on the other hand, he does keep bunching them up. Oh, okay. He did get his army out of there. And is he going to actually build anything out of the Endbringer factory? We'll see. Right now, he doesn't have enough supply to, unfortunately, so he's going to have to put up some more advanced generators. He actually has a fairly scary force here. I mean, there's a bunch of anti-air, there's a bunch of crushers. Actually, you can see there's 8 anti-air tanks and 17 crushers. Sponge taking out a little annoyance on the middle left. Now he needs to retake these mech spots here because he has 1, 2, 3, 4. He has 5 metal income that he could be getting from these right here. Now he is pushing in from the south with 5 sledge, but I don't really see these doing much damage except for Rar somewhat errantly. This is going to get interesting. Drones moving in. They won't be able to do much. And actually this entire force is just going to get demolished. Crushers moving in to take out the sledge. And I keep waiting for him to do something with this Endbringer factory, but hasn't been. Perhaps he doesn't realize that he's maxed on supply. That's perhaps the deal. He is being irritated by these drones, so he's going to move in a constructor, an erector actually, to build a turret and take out these. They're going to get 1 mech though. but I'm pretty sure that's probably the only next they will get before being summarily dispatched. Now this is kind of irritating. Sponge has all-terrains up on the cliffs, and Var can't get to them. And an info. But there are drones up here that are being irritating as well. And still, nothing out of the Endbringer factory. Oh! Oh! Ouch! 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 That is so much anti-air. He's going to lose all of these gunships. That... Oh, that's not a good move. Yeah, that was not a good trade. On the other hand, he can afford it, because the Sponge has 15 metal income to Var's 8, and they're both excessing on metal, something awful. So this is definitely money that Sponge can throw away without really thinking about it. And since Var is fairly new, one interesting thing about these cliffs is that they're so tall that from the very top of it, these sledges can't actually hit the crushers. So they have to come down a little bit. So that does render the cliffs somewhat less useful. Still nothing coming out of that Endbringer factory for Clap. And it's hard to tell who's going to win this. It looks like it's going to come out fairly even. I think the sledges probably will lose this fight. Holy crud muffins, that is a lot of sledge. And they're just coming in a line. This is bad news. Bad news for Rar. Oh my good lord. Rar has had all those tanks in that one little spot, just like what happened before. And this will probably do the trick. This will push things back quite a bit. And the spear's going to get a coyote. Sponge is going to go running back up the hill. And somebody just salvaged something. I did not actually see where it was. And once again, Rar has this Endbringer factory, but he's not doing anything at all with it. I don't understand why not. Now it looks like he's going to... maybe? I don't understand. Okay. And anyway, Sponge is up to 164 of 200. Clap apparently doesn't realize that if that nuke silo is killed in his base, it actually explodes as a nuke, so it's kind of like having a nuke go off in your base. And this is probably not going to end up well for these sledge. There is a lot of crushers here. Oh, it's looking fairly evenish. He did attack from the flank. No, the sledges are going to get manhandled. It's too much damage. And also, Clap did not cloak his sledge before moving in, and so as a result, they didn't get the first shot. That's really important. There's honestly too many drones here for this shredder to take out, so it's just, you can hit him. He's actually going to lose all these sledges. And finally, we have a leveler coming out for RAR. He's got 13 workers in this one little spot. At this moment, it's going to take quite a while for that to come out. Probably about a minute for that inbringer to come out for the leveler. We'll keep it selected so we have its progress. Actually, that's interesting. As a spectator, I can group units, so I can keep track of them. That's useful. I had not actually tried that before. Now, this is going to be bad news. But on the other hand, who am I kidding? He's got tons. Oh, now he's going to salvage some of these workers. Yeah, if he can get this leveler out, and it's out. Yeah, if he can get this leveler out and protect it. See, if he just tries to send it in all by itself, it will get owned. Okay. Now, there are some mixed spots here. I don't know. At this point, and I'm not sure how useful this executioner is going to be. And the reason is, what's it going to shoot? That said, let me get my camera back in gear here. Okay. Got a second leveler coming out for RAR. RAR still only has 145 max supply. He needs to get more generators up. Okay, so you've got 2 levelers out on the field for RAR, and a crap load of sledges moving in the north. Now RAR should really take all these crushers, these icons, and the levelers, and send them up north. He did salvage that factory that was being odd. Okay, and here he goes. Let's see, looks like all the crushers and the icons. This poor sledge is going to meet up with the leveler and have a bad time. Oh! And it does look like the LRPC is going to be able to hit a little bit here. And these sledges are going to move in versus 2 levelers and a lot of crushers. This is not going to end up particularly well for these sledges. However, the leveler is now in range, and yeah, this is going to be an absolute bloodbath. Not a good day for those levelers. Or, I'm sorry, for those sledges. But, on the other hand, this LRPC is being irritating. And it will actually be able to take out this Endbringer factory. In fact, he should probably salvage this factory, because in 2 more hits, it will be capable of taking out that factory. The LRPC will. And RAR really, oh good lord, he's just made a lot of drones. That's going to be 50 drones. And this factory is down to 117 health, so you should really salvage that. Unfortunately, a nuke pretty much out of nowhere going to take out Var. I didn't actually even see that coming, even though I did see the nuke silo being built. That's probably going to be the end of it for Rar. And unfortunately, yeah. These icons gonna do some work on these gunships. And we've got Recluse moving in. Unfortunately, Rar is kind of pegged on energy. Drones are moving in. This is pretty much going to be GG. However, sadly, these Recluse are not actually getting the job done. Well, they sort of are. Slowly but surely. They take out the factory and I can't believe that this LRPC was actually able to hit anything over on this side. As I showed you, this is its perspective, but its arc is enough that the shot was able to travel over this whole map and hit it. Sorry if anyone got motion sickness off of that. My apologies. Normally we don't have maps in play with this much, with this much terrain variation. Because, I mean, you've got these little low-lying hills, you've got these huge center and big pass going through the middle. These big passes, I should say. And 60 Recluse headed up north. I'd say Var's pretty much out of it at this point. And that is a lot of Recluse in one very small space. And there's the GG from Var. Now you can, sort of, he says. Okay, and you can kind of see the stats here. Metal used and energy used, and Sponge dealt a lot of damage. Of course, most of that was that nuke. And yeah, there we go. And anyway, this has been Sponge versus Var, 1 versus 1, Evolution RTS. Come join us on our game times that are our game time get-togethers that are on Saturdays at 10 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. That's 5 p.m. GMT. So I'll see you later.